What is up, everybody? Mark here, and today was an extremely special day because we finally got the Nintendo Switch Direct that we have been waiting for so long. So I want to give my breakdown and thoughts of the Direct. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, because we are going to get right into it. So the Direct started out with Mario Kart World. This game looked fantastic. There were so many amazing little bites that we got from this trailer that made it so incredible to see for the first time, or the second time, I guess, because we did see it in the original Switch 2 reveal. One of the most amazing things about this was we got a lot of information on some different game modes. Now, obviously, we have the Grand Prix that is standard, I guess, for most Mario Kart games. We got a knockout mode. So if you've never played this type of mode in kart racers, the kart racers that I've played, it has this kind of knockout mode where, like, each lap, if you don't get to a certain position, you are kind of out, you get knocked out. I love these type of modes in kart racers, and I'm so glad that Mario Kart finally has this type of mode because it's really fun. And then they finally put in a free roam, so not only are a lot of the tracks, you don't have to stay on the course, I guess, for most of these tracks. You can go off the road because it's like an open world kind of deal. And the cool thing about it is this game has a free roam mode where you can go around. I assume you can like get a lot of collectibles in this mode. You can play with friends in this mode. We saw that a lot of the racers have their outfits customizable. Obviously, the karts are going to be customizable. There were so many different characters revealed, and it was amazing because it's 24 players per race. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. And I am really excited to see more about the online modes, how we're going to unlock a lot of these racers, and what else is in store for this game. So it looks like there is a Mario Kart Tour Direct on April 17th. So I'm going to be looking forward to this one as we'll get some more information on the game. The fact that they're dedicating a whole Direct to Mario Kart World means that it's going to be a big game, so I'm definitely excited for that. Moving ahead, we finally figured out what that C button is for. So with the Switch 2, you can actually have this Discord type game chat mode with your friends. We don't know if this is strictly limited to people on your friends list. I assume you can't go online in a random Mario Kart lobby and start, talking smack to other people in this game chat mode. I feel like it's restricted to your friends. Which I guess if I think about it, if I use party chat in the past, I guess I just usually play with my friends anyway. So yeah, this mode makes sense. It's interesting that we're finally getting this information. It also looks like you don't have to be playing the same game. You can be playing different games, and you can be sharing your screen with other people, which is pretty cool. They showed a camera. So I guess a lot of the games that, are going to come out might have use for this Switch 2 camera. You can use it in the game chat function, but it's also going to be included in like Mario Party Jamboree. There's an upgrade for that. And then you can use your camera and play different games on the Mario Party Jamboree game. I was hoping for more fleshed out kind of multiplayer aspects for the Switch 2 because I feel like in terms of where we are with the different consoles, Nintendo is, I would say, the farthest back. I do appreciate the game chat. I think that's going to be great playing with your friends because, again, we don't have that at all really for the Switch unless you have the mobile app. Yeah, overall, I think it's a good and a welcomed feature, but the camera is, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the camera. I don't know if I might get that, but I guess it's good to have, and that option is there. One of the things that really shocked me was basically like DS download play is back. Like, we're back. And so it's basically game share where you can, share your game. If you have the game, you can like almost, it seems like DS download, Switch download play the game so other people can play it with this game share feature. Not every game is going to have this function, but there are some games that they showed off that have this feature, which I think is pretty cool. So they did show some specs, and handheld, it looks like the console will be 1080p up to 120 frames a second. Now, I don't know how many games are actually going to qualify for that 120 frames. I feel like that was a number that they had put there. I would be amazed if this can actually hit 120 frames. That would be awesome. And I feel like Nintendo in their games, you know, they might reach that point. But yeah, that's pretty amazing. They also did a couple features about the stand and the noise kind of quality of the console. But what really caught my attention was you can charge it from the top because there is a port on the top and the bottom. So you don't have to like only charge it from the bottom. You can do it from the top. And another cool feature is it comes with 256 gigabytes of storage. Yeah, 256 is pretty good. And then the dock. So the dock apparently, now this is what they're saying, can go up to 4K, 60 frames a second, and there is a fan in the dock. With all that being said, the system, for what it is, you know, definitely seems powerful. Now, is it on the level of a PS5 or an Xbox Series X, I think? No. But for Nintendo, I think that's pretty good. Now, we'll have to see how the games look, right? We're speculating. But for now, pretty nice. Welcome Tour, I was a little underwhelmed with. I thought that was going to be like a pack-in game with the system, but it's like a paid digital-only game, which I think the features that we're going to get to use like on the game is cool so we can see how it works. But the fact that, you know, you have to pay for it and it's not like a system tie-in, you know, I think it's a little underwhelming personally, but I do appreciate that, you know, you can test out all these features in that game. They went over some information about the game cards. They're going to be the same size, but they're going to be colored red for Switch 2. And then they got into some more information about Switch 2 edition games. So there are a couple games that will get re-releases for their own Switch 2 edition. So not only will they have a Switch, you know, edition game, but they'll also have a Switch 2. And one thing I thought was interesting is that Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, there's different modes. So quality mode for the Switch 2 goes 4K 60 frames HDR, handheld mode 1080p 60 frames. Performance mode is 1080p 120 frames per second. They showed a game called Drag X Drive, which is going to show off the mouse capabilities of the Switch 2 Joy-Cons, and that game looked pretty interesting. And then we got into some third-party support. This was very exciting because it was really great to see other developers having games for the Switch 2 either right at launch or a little bit after launch. We got Elden Rin right off the bat. Elden Ring is such a great game, and it's really nice to see it coming to the Switch. Another highlight for me was Street Fighter 6. There's going to be Amiibo with that game, so that's really nice. Split Fiction, which is a co-op game that looked really good on the Switch 2 as well, so that game will be coming. Hogwarts Legacy, which is actually a game that I haven't played yet, and I've been wanting to get into because I've heard it's very good, and maybe I'll give it a try on the Switch 2. There was no way that I was going to play this game on the Switch 1, but yeah, given the opportunity, I think I would love to try this, on the Switch 2. Another really cool thing was that they showed a Project 007 James Bond game. That was really exciting for me. I love James Bond, and so the fact that they are making a game for him for the new Nintendo console is really cool and gives me that like GoldenEye vibes of, the 64 era. So it'll be great to have another James Bond game on a Nintendo console. So there is going to be another Hyrule Warriors game called Age of Imprisonment. So this is a very interesting title because I feel like Koei Tecmo and Nintendo have a very good relationship. They're always seem to be coming out with different Warriors games, and this is another game in that series. We're going back to the Hyrule Warriors franchise, and it's going to be a prequel to Tears of the Kingdom. So very exciting. I did really enjoy the other two Hyrule Warriors games, so it's going to be great to get back into the genre and see the start of everything that went down with Tears of the Kingdom. Now this one got me good. So coming to the Switch 2 will be Nintendo GameCube Nintendo Classics. Right now it just seems like they revealed only, what did they reveal? So Zelda Wind Waker, Soul Calibur 2, and they also revealed F-Zero GX. So some great games right there to start out. And then we got into this list of games that are also going to be coming to the Nintendo GameCube Classics. We got Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, and Pokemon Coliseum, Super Mario Strikers. Like, these are some crazy games that they are showing for the GameCube classics, and I cannot be more excited. I think the GameCube era of Nintendo is just such a treasured era for me, and so having these games come to the Switch too is just fantastic, and I cannot wait to play these games on my Switch, especially XD Gale of Darkness, because I've actually never played that game, and I really want to, and I hope that they connect these games to Pokemon Home, so like if you beat the game, or if you're working on the game, you can like transfer your Pokemon over to Pokemon Home. They also revealed a GameCube controller available for Nintendo Switch Online members, and it looks fantastic. They showed some more third-party support, some exciting games coming to the Switch too. Cyberpunk is coming to the Switch too, which I am very interested to see how that runs. I think that's going to be a great way to like tell how powerful this console is, because Cyberpunk is such a big game, and it didn't even run on the PS4 when it had originally came out. So yeah, I cannot wait to see how this game runs on a Switch, especially in handheld mode. It'd be very, very interesting. They showed Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be coming to the Switch. I have been waiting so long for this because I love Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I think the Switch is a perfect console for that game. So yeah, I am really happy, and I am definitely going to get Final Fantasy VII Remake for the Switch. I think that's really cool. And I will say it looked very good. It looked very good on the Switch, so that gets me very excited. Now, I've personally never played this game, but there were so many people excited for Hollow Knight Silksong. So the fact that this is coming to the Switch for everybody is, yeah, extremely exciting. So many people were asking for this. And the fact that they're finally releasing this for the Switch, especially, for handheld players, it's going to be fantastic. They showed really quickly Star Wars Outlaws. I haven't played that game, and I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I definitely think I'm going to give it a try on the Switch. Now, another game that they spent a little time on was a exclusive FromSoft game called The Duskbloods for Nintendo Switch 2. It looked really, really good. I don't know how FromSoft is managing to release so many amazing games the way they are, but yeah, this game looked really good. Very excited to see what they have in store for this game. And the fact that it's coming as an exclusive for the Switch is very, very exciting as well. So while I was doing my reaction, I initially saw a Kirby star, and I knew it was Kirby. And then I had realized that, oh, wait. And then I was thinking that it was going to be Air Ride, and it was. I can't believe that they're making an Air Ride game for the Switch 2. This game has got me so excited. I truly am. And Sakurai, he had tweeted before the Direct, just like, I forgot exactly what he said, but he had tweeted something, and it got me very interested because, I didn't know if he was like developing a game for the Switch, but it seemed like he kind of was. And then when we saw the Kirby star, I was like, ooh, maybe it's Air Ride. Maybe it's a new Air Ride game, because I know that he had developed that game, and then it was. And it looks really good. I know he's cooking right now, so I know that game is going to be really good. And then they ended on something that I was not truly expecting, but I guess it makes sense. And we got a new Donkey Kong game, Donkey Kong Bananza. And I was going Bonanza for it because it looked incredible. I love the redesign for Donkey Kong. I truly think he looks really good. And yeah, the gameplay, there was like a 2D moment where it was a 2D platformer. Obviously, it's going to be a 3D platformer, and his moves look good. The graphics look amazing. The scenery and the different worlds that he's exploring looks really good. I cannot wait for this game. I think this game is definitely going to be one of those big system sellers, kind of like Odyssey, where we look at Donkey Kong in a whole different way, kind of like we did for Odyssey again. So I know Super Mario and their platformers, his platformers are at a different place than Donkey Kong, but I truly think that we're going to look back at Bonanza and be like, oh my gosh, what a game. Again, kind of like we did for Odyssey, kind of like we did for a lot of the other Switch games. And I am so glad that Donkey Kong is getting his shine here on the new Switch, because he definitely deserves it, and this game looks fantastic. I was trying to remember. I don't remember when the last time that we had a 3D Donkey Kong platform game. We've had a lot of amazing 2D games, but I don't remember the last time we had a 3D game. So yeah, this is well-deserved, and I'm excited to try it out. So that was the Switch 2 Direct. Again, I thought it was pretty good. I didn't have too many issues with the Direct at all. I was hoping to see maybe some more third-party support. I was hoping to see an Atlas game like Metaphor ReFantasio, Persona 3 Reload. Like, I really would have loved to see one of those games. Yeah, overall, amazing Direct. I am so excited for the Nintendo Switch 2. Yeah, it's going to be incredible. And I hope you guys join me for this adventure. I'm definitely going to be making more videos about the Direct and the Switch 2 and the news and everything. So, stick around for more. Appreciate you guys watching. I will see you guys on the next one. Have a good one, guys. Peace.